All right, here we go. There we go. All right, we're going to have wireless audio, two different wireless audios, one from the camera, and then I have this lapel just in case I walk away from the camera too much. So here we go. We're going to work on the, that's a little loud. All right, so I'm going to check my levels. So I'm going to be about that far away from the camera. That's going to work. So we're going to go work on the roper. We got our multimeter. We're going to put a battery. I'm guessing the battery's dead. I hope it's not a solenoid. So I've been charging this battery right there. So I've been charging the battery. And the one that's in it's fairly new. All right, so that's a little loud. I can tell when I'm peeking out because I'm re-listening to my audio. So I'm going to do this. And we're going to point this down here. It's not the best shot, but you can see what I'm doing with the battery. This is a roper, so this, just so you know, this is the garden tractor that's got the blade on the front. That's my seat, that pillow. So put that pillow over here. So this is the blade. I need to do some landscaping in the front yard. So we're going to get her going again. And I'm pretty sure it's the battery. I'm hoping it's not the solenoid or a switch. So we're going to test the battery real quick. But for right now, let's give her a bump over and see what she does. And, oh, I need to open up the chat. So let me open up the chat real quick. I know I sound overmodulated. I had to add a little gain. Just because I was going to work away from the mic a little bit more. All right, so I'm going to pull my channel up. I'm going to wait for the ad. And then we're going to see if this thing kicks over. It shouldn't. All right, there's the chat. All right, Mary Jo's in the chat. Crystal Star. Louder Red. Sunhoney's in there lurking. All right, so I'm going to pause that. And the chat will keep going. I'll set the chat to live. All right, here we go. So I got the chat right here. We're going to see if she bumps over. I don't think she's going to. She didn't a couple weeks ago. Not even a click. Of course, this switch is spinning on me. Yeah, no click. So I'm guessing the battery's dead. It's got a shorted cell. So let's take our handy little fluke and see what we got here. Can y'all hear any music in the background? I tried to get it to where it was playing the poker face a little bit in the background. All right, let's set that to DC. I'm going to grab the positive, negative. No way. Well, that's a good thing. No troubleshooting here. 0. Let's go down to the millivolts. Wow. We got 167 millivolts. Something definitely weird happened with this battery because I actually had it on a trickle charger, and for it to pull that means that there's probably shorted cell. Something weird's going on. So we're going to take our happy little tools here. I don't have the socket set out. I'm just going to do this pretty quick. I don't want to spend half my day chasing down the right tool. Hey, bass is in the that was pretty loose. So bass head's in the chat. Let's see. Ash Patash is in the chat. Awesome. All right, we're going to put that there so we lose that one later. All right. We're going to back this one up. The new battery is actually smaller in cranking amps, I'm pretty sure. I'm going to put in here. So it is what it is. And these are stainless bolts, which is a good thing to have. They don't rust. But when you lose them, can't find them with a magnet. That's the downfall. All right, that goes there. Ground's on this side. Chassis ground. That right there. This is the positive side. Now we can mess with the fun stuff here. What I like to do is I like to grab some wire, and I'm going to go grab that real quick. Here, let's just do that together. Let's go find some wire. I should have had that already set up, but and you don't want to have wire that's going to short out the. Yeah, so you kind of want to use something like a Cat5 cable like this. So you take you some Cat5 cable, and let me find me some snips. And this is the way I pull out these little batteries. So I don't know if you can see this. I'll give you a view of the. So you just take it and cut it. Nothing special here. Just cut your cable. So it's weird. I'm hearing myself talk back on my FM station. So what I'm doing right now is I have my microphone is set up on this camera right here. And then my headphones are my FM station, 94.3. So I'm running my headphone audio out of my mixer into my 94.3 FM, and I'm listening to that on the little Sony right there on 94.3. So I'm hearing myself talk back to myself, just kind of distracting, but I can do it. There's a solar cart with the trailer on the back where I did some landscaping the other day. So I need to go put that somewhere in a burn pile. So we're going to go back here. I got a lot of cleaning up to do back here to fix some of the energy blocks that are going on back here. Because I have to fix the golf cart that's in the front yard, and it's going to come through here. So yeah, check this out. Whole nother tangent, but I need to come through here with the golf cart. So, and I got solar panels I need to install. I want to set up more of these. I got panels just laying everywhere. I got my toolboxes I need to relocate. That's solar panels. There's 2 of them there. I got this toolbox I need to put on the truck and throw away a lot of stuff. This is my shop. So if you've ever had a shop, but the shop is outside, that's the way things work. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take our cables, run our cables through here, and you run it through like this. That little happy number right there. And then you just kind of spin her around. Oh, the chat just disappeared. So can y'all hear the music at all in the background? Is it too loud? Can you hear me okay? I know I'm a little overmodulated. So if the music sounds good, put 1 in the chat. If the mic and the music level sounds good. All right, so that's all you do. Just grab her, and that's that simple. You don't have to worry about wrestling it or nothing. So that's the way I like to handle these kind of batteries. Just with an old Cat5 cable or something. Just want to make sure you don't use wire that shorts them out. So here's another thing. This one's been charging. That's the one we're putting in there. All right. So this is being charged by solar. And we're going to do the same thing with this. Now, I'm not going to put this one on the charging system directly. I'm going to have to put a resistive load in between the positive and the positive of the other one. Because if I put it on a charger immediately, it's obviously just going to dead short stuff. So we're going to see if we're going to bring this old battery back to life. It's not a serviceable battery, but I could pop this off and see what's going on in there. This one's got a little acid action. So it's not happy time, but they're about the same size. This one's, it doesn't say the cranking amps. It's probably 275. This one's 300. Yeah, this is probably a 275. I'm going to go get some paper towels real quick. I want to wipe off the, let's go in here and do that real quick. See how I'm prepared? I got a mosquito button my leg. That's always fun. So I'm gonna wash some of the acid off my hands. Are we having fun yet? Yeah, I'm still putting off working on the Suburban, pulling that tank. I'm doing my best to fix the front yard. So I stopped getting those letters from the city. And it seems like they like to attack people whenever they're really busy. All right, so I got paper towels. But that's okay. I can handle it. I can't see the chat right now until I get back to the roper. So you just grab it like that and see how you can handle these really nice and easy. And make sure you do this barefoot. So if you drop the battery on your foot, you break your foot. That is the proper way to do this. All right, we're going to set that back down right there. Remember, the negative is on this side. So we drop her in the first time the right way. And it's that easy. And then this little stupid thing right there. All right, so back to the chat. Yes, I guess yes means the music, so you can hear it or you can hear the mic. I know I'm overmodulated. Use baking soda? Yeah, I know. I don't have any baking soda. Don't have any soda. And we'll save that wire for later. All right, so now we're going to get this little happy acid stuff off. Let's check this battery before we install it. Make sure it's been getting a good charge. So let's see what we're at here. We should be 13.1 or 5. 13.3. Right in between, good enough. All right. If she bumps over, then I'm going to prime the carb. So I really need to get some sandpaper. Let me see if I can find some sandpaper. I wanted to do this right the first time. Because they're a little corroded. Or I could use my battery cleaner thingy, wherever it is. Do you see it anywhere right here? Where is it? Is it in here? All right, let's start looking. It's not in there. It's not in there. It's, come on. It's not there. That's the solar stuff. Old drills. Look at this. This is an antique drill. It still works. The thing is a machine. Powercraft. And the gear mesh sounds awesome when this thing runs. Anyway. All right, so let's go here. Nope. Negative Ghost Rider. Where's my battery cleaning stuff? Where's my battery stuff here? All right. Used to be right up here somewhere. It was right up here. And why did it disappear? Well, we'll make do. We'll use a plumber's tool here, wire brush, and that's good enough. And I don't see it over here anywhere in my test lab. Oh, good, I got new cuts on my legs. That's one thing about working in shorts. I've never really worn shorts until here recently. And I don't know if I can keep that up, because my legs are just getting tore up. All right, so let's clean this off real quick. Okay. Looking at the chat real quick. Let freedom ring. Let freedom ring. Second account has been terminated. What? So did your first account get terminated, or what's going on? All right, so I'm gonna wipe off some of this acid before I start flinging it everywhere. I really should wet this down a little bit, but I don't want to get any of this stuff on my clothes. And if it bumps over, we know the solenoid's still good. Never really had a problem with it bumping over, even with a low battery. It's actually dirt on the top here. This one was in the one of the golf carts. Can't see a date code on it. All right, so that's contaminated. All right. This is the Spanish version of their song called Control. We're listening, if you can hear anything in the background, I try to make it just really low. It's a Poker Face. They are true seeking freedom fighter guys that have been involved in the movement for a long time. So long, they sent me a CD 15 years ago when I had the radio station in Texas. And we got to fish this back out. And I just got around to calling him about a week or two ago. Asked him if I could run his music on my stream. He said, yes, you can. So, that is cleaned up a little bit. So that's what we're hearing in the background, if you can hear it at all. I'll go back and listen to the stream. We're going to do this. We're going to put this on this side. We'll get a good grab at that so that it makes better contact. And if it bumps over, then we're going to prime her next, and she should be running. And then I can do the landscaping in the front yard because it's got a blade on it. Like I said, this is my, pretty sure it's an 80s or 78 model. I think a 78 Roper. It's got a manually operated blade. So this is how the blade works. You got your handle here, and you just raise it up and down with people power. But this thing has done a lot of landscaping on the property. You'd be surprised what you can do with this thing. It will wear you out because you're constantly running the shifter and running this and your throttle and your shifter and your clutch. It'll give you a workout. It'll definitely give you a workout. All right. We should be able to tighten this without any backing. Now we know we got a live battery, so we want to make sure we're not shorting out on anything. Doing it live. It's a hot battery. Always use the proper tool when you're doing a job. Yeah. Like this, my favorite set of pliers, or my favorite pliers here. What I like about this one is it's got this spring. It springs back. It automatically springs back. And they need a little bit of a love there. Getting a little rusty, but yeah, they automatically spring back. Favorite set. All right, so fire in the hole. We're gonna see if she bumps over. She does. I'm gonna move this stuff off the top because I know it's not gonna start right away. I don't want to put any more stress on the start of the battery, but I'm gonna prime the carb. I'm going to toss my meter up there without. I'm gonna go walk it over there. This is a really high-end meter. Get to break it. All right. There we go. Fire in the hole. Gonna push the clutch in. And we're gonna choke her just in case she starts. That's what I thought. All right. We're gonna give her a little love here. Doesn't need much. Now let's cross our fingers. Yep, we got a little gas. We can. Look at there. We're just going to do a little bit of this, actually. I got a funny story to tell about. All right, that's plenty. That's exactly what I was fixing to talk about. The top of this thing caught on fire once. And I knew it was going to happen, but I was ready to put it out. I got it on video somewhere. But that won't burn very long. And I got the hose right there. And I might have a rag. Yeah, I got a rag up there where I can wet it. It'll be all right. Just hold your breath. Should bump over now. She's getting primed up. We'll let her set for a second. I just saw the fuel come up the fuel line here. I guess we should check the fuel before I go any further. Let's do that. Oh, and also have I used to have a disc back here before the actuator broke, but this thing has a 3-point. It's like a Type 0. But this thing, the motor in it locked up, and I rebuilt it a couple times, and it finally went south. But I had a disc, and I could pull another disc. But now I just have a 2-inch ball hooked up to it. So let's check the gas before we go any further. That way we're going to run dry as soon as we get her going. Are we having fun yet? I've also pulled this tank several times to clean it. Let's put some gas in her, but not all of it, because if we put all the gas in, we can't prime her. So there we go. Put some gas in this hot rod. This right here, we're putting probably half a gallon in. This costs about $30 for half a gallon. This is the best gas can you can ever find. It's called Easy 4. Or what is it called? I don't know. Safe can. I don't know. Sure can. Anyway, it's got this. I had to modify it because, of course, everything's junk when you buy it, as far as the mechanics. But I had to fix this little lever there because it wouldn't activate correctly. We're going to leave just enough to prime this thing one more time. But we heard her bump over, so we know we're good. All right. Enough. Gotta love the smell of gas. I don't. Don't like it at all. Alright. Let me have gas anywhere else. Yep, we got a little bit in there, so we'll be okay. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the air cleaner back on. Just if we do backfire, it won't catch this on fire because I got gas around this little foam there. It's going to prevent forest fires here just by doing that. That way, if it does catch fire, we can't get to it real quick. We don't even know what's happening. Out of sight, out of mind, right? So see this paper towel? You just throw that down right there. That's how you do that. All right. So let's try this one more time. We're going to give her full choke. And she starts up. I'll leave her running for a while, let her warm up, and then we'll regroup here. Then we'll put the strap on top of the battery like we mean it. All right. that run. And I'm going to show you, well, we can't get this on. All right, so got her running. That was easy. So now what we're going to do is I'm going to let that run for a little while. I'm going to back it up, put air in the tires, and then I'll probably park it in the garage. We got the Grinch here, man, in the fort here. I'm going to get the rest of this acid off my hands. So then what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how I'm going to do my best to bring that battery back to life, the old one. I'm not going to put it in a situation where it's got a high current draw, like a mower or something, but I can use it for testing, or like if I want to, you know, like the Suburban where I need to run the fuel out of the tank, I can hook it up to that, to the pump. I can use it for low current stuff. But I probably won't be able to bring it back to life because no telling how long it's been sitting there sulfating up. I don't know if it's got a shortage down. We'll find out. But I'm going to do a little trick. It'll be a little interesting trick if you don't know how to do that. I'll show you. Oh, so I started something new called Fasting for Freedom. And I started that, let's see, Sunday at 8 p.m. And I made it all the way until yesterday, almost midnight. So I failed. I wanted to do 48 hours. And I know it's not a fail. I started to fast with the wrong foods. I was eating the wrong stuff. I was eating too many carbs. And I went into my fast without a lot of fat and protein. So when I checked my sugar, it was down to like 71 towards the end of the night last night. So I decided to eat something because I didn't want to go to sleep and have a sugar issue. So, yeah, it is what it is. So I'm going to probably do my fast twice a week and do like a 26-hour fast or 24. And that way more people can do it with me instead of the 2-day stuff, because the 2-day stuff is really hard to manage if your blood sugar is not stable. So it is what it is. That thing's running smooth. I can probably take it off with choke the rest of the way, but it's still not sputtering, so I'll leave it on choke for a little. It's not full choke, it's like quarter choke. But at first it was running pretty sloppy there. It's a twin cylinder Briggs. That's the good ones, the old good ones, not the junk. There's no plastic parts in that motor. There's no plastic anything inside that motor. That thing I put through hell and back. Yes, that roper that you see there has done a ton of work on this property. And I run full synthetic in it. I've gone through everything in the engine as far as the fuel system, and I haven't torn the engine apart, but everything else around it, pulleys, you name it. I've kept that thing going. I paid $800 for that and all the equipment back in, I don't know, 15 years ago. All right, so we don't have to leave it running to charge the battery up, obviously, because battery's been on charge. So we're going to go back out there. I'm going to grab my phone so I can read the chat. Let's see, I can actually read the chat here. Let's see what we got here. Nightbots doing stuff. We got Crystal Star still in here. Oh, I got Tommy Tempers linked into the top of the chat if you want to watch restreaming. He's really been doing a good job now that he's not banned anymore. So we're going to go shut down the roper. And I'm going to show you how first, I need to do this. This is going to be my little trick here. So I'm going to use one of these for my test booth here. So I'm going to use this right here. You're wondering, what is he going to do? Well, this is how we bring an old dead battery back to life. And it works sometimes, and sometimes it doesn't. So stay tuned. We'll do that in about 2 minutes. All right, let me get this door open. think we're all full of soda. She'll clean up, just run it smoother. Let's move her out here and we can put air in the tires real quick. So this is how you do this. Here's my seat. Just like that. Don't get too much rust on it. And then we gotta pull this up so it stays up. Now that's pinned up so we can move. All right, we're going to back her out here. I'm going to move the hose. Yeah, so she's cleaning up pretty good. I was concerned that it sat there too long in the car. I don't run anything with ethanol in my equipment, so there's no ethanol in my gas. So that's really not an issue anymore for drawing moisture into the car so much. Like if you did run ethanol. Ethanol is everything that's evil. Let's move this out of the way. We're going to back her out. Maybe we'll take her around to the garage. I don't know if I'll stay connected. So we'll put her in reverse here. Nice and easy. We're in high range. Another cool thing about this thing, it's got high and low range. So we got a front right tire that's a little bit low. What I'm going to do is back her up in there so it still can be in the shade. Now this thing's got high and low range, so you can pull anything with this thing as long as you got traction. Back up right here. And I can pull that around into the garage later. Yeah, I want to air up the tires. Give her one more shot. Notice how it doesn't smoke blue. Just a little puff of black smoke. That's just running a little bit rich. Just a little puff. And the way I got this rigged up is you don't want the blades sitting up like that. So I just got it set up where you do like that. And it automatically drops down. How you like that? How you like it now? Isn't that cool? But this blade is really heavy. So you can blade. I've bladed gardens, moved tons of mulch. You can move a ton of mulch with this thing. This is how I move the mulch piles and spread them out. But that is a, they don't make them like that anymore. That's a beast. It's a tank. And whoever had it before me put those weights under there. It used to be a mower as well. But so there's mid weights. So I would have preferred to have the weights back here, but I guess that's all he had. So he put weights and they go all the way across. which really helps you when you're pushing with the blade. You need as much weight and traction as possible. All right, so here we go. This is how we bring a battery back to life. All right, put this thing on charger. So this is the little trick here. Now we're charging from solar, so this is not a battery charger. Right now, we're at 13.3. This one shows 13.7 float. I got all these charge controllers, even a small one there, all for testing and other stuff. And here's our amp draw. So this is going to be the amp draw that's will be going towards the battery. So as we put a load on the battery or start charging it, it's going to go up. So this will tell us whether the battery's taking anything or not. So let's do this. We're going to get our positive and negatives right. So let's see which side is longer. We need to put our negatives over here. All right, so we're going to go ahead and hook up our negative. It's barely long enough. I need to have better clamps here. But this will be good for testing. But I do not recommend doing this. You just don't want stuff floating around like this. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to give this a quick tap. And what I'm probably going to end up seeing, I'm going to be tapping this. We're going to see this amp gauge probably pop up pretty high. Wow. All right, so we could have an open cell. That's what I'm guessing. Because what I was going to do if this was a shorted cell or a dead battery, I was going to take this light bulb, this incandescent light bulb, and I was going to hook it one side here, and then this is the charging side. And I was going to hook it to there, and the light bulb would start lighting up as bright as it could light up. So that tells me, all right, first let's check the bulb. Could be the bulb's not working. So let's check the bulb. So we're going to go over here and grab a negative and a positive. Okay, the bulb's working. Yeah, so it's not the bulb. So the bulb works. So we're going to do that once again. We're going to come over here. And I'm just going to leave it sitting here like this to see if it'll start taking a charge. So I'm going to hook here. That's better connection there. Let's do this the right way. Because we want to keep this battery alive. I'm also charging this battery. That's a cool thing about having this little test set up here. You can keep things alive. All right, so now, oh, looky there. So that means we're starting to take charge. So let's check the voltage of this battery. Before it was like 167 millivolts. So let's take our handy little fluke here. When that bulb starts brightening up, that means, let me move these potatoes. These need to be planted. Can somebody go plant these potatoes for me? I mean, they're ready to go. I just need to cut them up a little bit. I think you can see that. So the fact that the light bulb turned on now means that it's taken a charge, which means it's not an open cell. So there's hope for this battery. So let's turn on our happy little battery here, meter, and see how many volts we're getting. All right, we're already up to 7 volts. So if I were to double the light bulbs up here, I could add more amperage to it. And as you can see, we're actually charging with almost an amp. So, well, it's kind of pulsing now because these are pulse width modulation solar chargers. So right now we're charging from the sun. So I'm going to just let this trickle charge every day and see if I can bring this battery back to life and see what happens here. So as the battery starts taking more charge, this is going to get a little brighter and then it'll start getting dimmer. So this is going to be our governor basically. And what this does is it protects your equipment. So if this battery were to dead short or do something weird, it's not dead shorting this battery that I'm also charging, and it's not going to mess up my charge controllers. So this is the trick that I use when I want to bring batteries back to life. I put a light bulb in series. You can either do the positive or the negative as long as it's in series. And then you can see, and you can put you a voltmeter on here like this. So let's put this on the positive side. And we should be able to see the voltage go up slowly. Right there. And at a certain point, it will drop and it will go up. So as it starts taking more and more of a charge, you're going to see the voltage drop. And then when it just gets to a certain state, it'll start going back up. It just depends on where the battery was in its state of discharge. So we could sit here and watch this. Is it going up or down now? Okay, 6.76. 6.75. So it looks like it's going down, which means it's going to be taking a charge. It's going to be the internal resistance is changing. So the light bulb's going to light up more. And it should get to a point to where if the battery's going to live, then it will start coming back up. And when this thing's completely charged, this light will be pretty much out completely. And I use that on a lot of my battery charging systems. I actually have it here as well, all the way working. And you can't see it, but that's an automotive light bulb right there that I use every night for charging. And what I'm using is a laptop. So at nighttime, I use supplemental power so the batteries are staying charged at night because, of course, there's no sun out. So I use this old, it's probably a 19 volt. It probably was on a laptop at one day or another, but it's 19 volts, I think, output. And so I don't burn this up. The light bulb is series on the output of that. And then that goes into the charge controller. And the switch for that is here. So at nighttime I come out here, turn that on, and that light turns on bright. And then it starts pulsing, the light will pulse. You'll see the amp meter pulsing like that. See how it's pulsing? And then when the battery's topped off, the light bulb goes out. So it's also an indicator of when your battery's charged and not charged. So there's your dinner. You got that? Anybody know where that comes from? There's your dinner. Anybody here know where I'm getting that from? All right, I guess I can look at the chat. We could probably go in now. So the voltage is dropping, so it's starting to take more charge. And the reason why the voltage is dropping is because the internal resistance changing in the battery. So it's putting more of a, basically there's more connection in the battery. And this will get brighter and brighter. And at a certain point, I could take this out of line when the voltage starts coming back up. But if I did a direct connection, this light bulb will go out, watch. So I'm going to go do a direct connection. The light bulb will turn out because we've taken the light bulb out of the equation, out of the circuit. So boom, light bulb's out. All right, so I want to show you what that looks like. Up here, when we take the light bulb out, we'll be drawing more current. So, oh, that didn't work at all. Come on, there we go. So see, right now we're only charging it with about an amp with the light bulb in series. Now I'm going to bypass the light bulb and see how it jumped up to about 2 amps and then it's falling back down. See that? Because I did a direct connection to the battery, but I don't want to do that right now because I don't trust the battery. I don't know if it's got a cell that's going to short out. I don't want it messing up the other battery that's also being charged right here. So if this thing were to short out, I don't want it shorting out this battery. You see why I'm doing that? It's basically I'm isolating it from the battery that's also being kept alive. So we're going to keep the light bulb. And if you look, by me going directly to it, it jumped the voltage up. And this light bulb is dimmer now. So we're up to 8 volts now because I did a direct connection. See, the more you do that, the more you can bring it back to life. So I could sit out here and I could leave this connected for a while as long as I watched it. So we're up to, we're sending 13 volts to the battery right now. You really need about 14.5 to charge a battery good. That's not even anywhere close to float voltage. But I'll leave it connected like that for a second. There's going to be a test later. Is this making sense to everybody? But yeah, I rarely ever have a battery that dies on this property that I can't bring back to life. All right, this is cool. Little tractor. That's what Crystal says. Yeah, that's my favorite tool on the property. So I'm gonna leave this directly connected for a bit. Well, it's kind of hard to do that. I need another clamp out here. Just leave it like that with the light bulb in series. I want to show you my next project to get running. It's going to be this. So we got her running. Just need to air up the tires. And I'll stream whenever I'm doing the landscaping in the front yard. And now that her car's not parked in the garage and I have the garage back, I'm going to put this in the garage. This is my Honda Recon 250 shaft drive. And it ran when I parked it. It just hasn't been started since last, I think I ran it in the last snowstorm. So the last time I ran this was in the snowstorm. And I'm covering it up with stuff so it doesn't get destroyed by the sun. But we know the battery's dead. So what I'm gonna do is I'm probably gonna take the roper and pull that up there where we can work on it like we're doing right now. Not today. And when I say roper, I'm talking about this. This is a roper. Roper. Got it? So we're going to use the roper to pull that up here so I can service it and get her running again. I only run ethanol-free gas in it as well, so that shouldn't be an issue. All right, let's go back in there, turn off our meter. We're just going to let that go for days. I'm not really worried about this battery getting it back to life anytime soon. So I'm going to go in here. We're going to jump back on the main setup with a better microphone. So yeah, that was easy to do as far as getting the roper running. And then the next thing is I need to fix the generator. The pull rope broke, and this also hooks up into the house system. So I got it set up where the cables, you've probably never seen this. We're going to show you anyway. So this is the wires that go. I'm out here with no shoes on. This is snake land. This is bad stuff here. All right, so this is where the batteries. I actually only have one battery right now. This is the solar system that runs half of the house. So this is the cable that goes to it. It's a nice heavy-duty cable. And the solar wires are right here. That comes from the array on the back side of the property. It's way back there. You can't see it, but there's a solar array back there. That's where these wires right there go up in here. So there's a 4-inch hole that I put there years ago. And then I made another hole here for a new setup. This is the 220 and 110 that I ran from the breaker panel. And this is the wireless Cat 5 that goes to the AP. This is the battery. This is my in-house shop vac. So I can turn on this vacuum, and this line right here is the vacuum hose that goes into the house. And I can run a vacuum in the studio or anywhere in the house, and all the noise and dust comes out here into this output port, and you just clean this when you want to. So the shop vac is out here, and I can vacuum the house without having the noise in the house. All you hear is just a little bit of suction. So yeah, that was another cool upgrade. So what do we have here? Oh, this is the generator line. This is how you do stuff. This is actually how I got the generator hooked into the house. See, it's all up to code. See how it's up to code? So that wire right there plugs into the generator. And this is how you cover it. That's all up to code. Texas code. And that's the generator. It's a 5,000 watt, 6200 surge. And it was running good before I broke the pull rope. So I need to fix the pull rope on that. And then the next project after that's going to be the tiller, and I'm going to end up selling it. So the pull rope broke on the tiller. So I need to fix that and sell it, because I don't do tilling with this anymore, because I have an electric tiller that I built. And then the sprayer, it runs, but I'm probably going to sell it. And it looks like this stuff hasn't been used in a while, but the grapevines grow really fast out here. So I used that knot, but probably maybe 4 or 6 months ago. I don't know. And see right here, we got us some nice little wasps. So they already have a nice little happy house right there. Nice little friends. Nice little friends. Pet them. Let's pet a wasp. Petting. Pet them. Yeah, they don't like that. They don't like to be touched. I do not recommend that, but yeah. Pet. Petting. Pet. How many times have you pet a red wasp? You got to be in the right zone to be doing that. Be at one with the wasp. I'll show you a trick one day with fire ants too, where I can put my hand in fire ant bed and they don't bite me. All right, so we're going to turn this off. Don't need to charge that anymore. We're going to head back into the house. I've been fasting today too. Like I said, I kind of let myself down. I broke my fast at 26 hours and I was going for 48. No, I did 28 hours. Yeah. I don't want to cheat myself a couple hours. All right, we're going to switch mics here in a second. I'm going to wash my hands from petting the red wasp there. I don't care about that. It's the battery crap. I want to get off my hands. And then we'll switch mics so I won't sound so crusty, and then Tommy Temper won't be making fun of me all the time like he did last night. I rarely ever use soap, but I'm going to use it right now. Well, that went a lot easier than I thought it was going to. That's a bonus. I don't recommend petting red wasp like I did, but enter at your own risk. Knock on wood, I don't ever think I've been bit by a red wasp. The only thing that's bitten me is hornet. Boy, that was intense. Ever been bit by a hornet? Those things are big too. Been bit by a hornet on the back of my neck. Left a huge like ring. The stinger was in there. All that fun stuff. All right, I'm gonna get me some water real quick. Then we're gonna move the Grinch, and I'm gonna take over. Oh, I also have my wireless mic. I'll show you how that works too. Right now I'm talking on the microphone on this mobile camera right now. So I know it's a little overmodulated. I had to add some gain to it. But right now, we're going to switch to the wireless mic. You can hear it echo. Test. Test. All right. I'm going to turn the mic off on this. So now, test, test, test. I should be able to hear me on this crusty wireless mic just till I get everything else set up. We're going to move the Grinch back. I'm falling out of my clothes. I'm losing so much weight. That was a bad shot. Sorry about that. We're going to move the Grinch here with this lapel mic here, just temporarily. I'm not going to be using it. It's just temporary, so calm down. Calm down, Tommy. I know you don't like this crusty mic. All right, we're going to switch to our headset mic and our regular headphones right about now. Let's come back over here. Turn this down. Turn this off. Now we got testing, testing. I see audio. We're going to pull down Poker Face for a second. All right, so now it's just me checking the mic. All right, so we still got Grey Wolf up there. Got my phone. I don't need to use that for chat. All right, we're done with that. So we got that running. How long did that take us? Less than an hour, we got the roper going. All right, so that's cool. All right, we're going to pull up a little bit of Poker Face in the background. All right, so wasn't that fun? All right, there's 23 people watching, so that's exciting. 23 people. Okay, don't Art Bell get bitter? Didn't Art Bell get bitten by a big spider on the neck once? I'll be able to read and speak here pretty soon. I'm not sure. I don't remember that, if Art Bell got bit. Yeah. So we got Martha in here. Who else is in the chat here? See, I kind of wanted this just to be a quick stream. Of course, that's a horrible view of me back there. So let's turn that off. Boom. All right, so this is my next goal. I'm going to move Grey Wolf down here to show you what I'm working on here. Why did I get the roper going? So it looks like Grey Wolf's walk could be over today. I'm not sure. So you see the corner of the property there. I know you can't see, but past the solar panels, all that stuff that's grown up there. I want to be able to access that because I'm going to add more solar panels. So I'm going to take down the temporary fence that's up. It's kind of sagging from vines growing on it. So you can see the mailbox right there. So all that's going to be trimmed up, and I'm going to move the fence all the way around. I'm going to cut the fence right there at that pole, that aluminum pole you see there. The fence will stop right there. And then I'm going to take the roper, and I'm going to mow it, and then I'll blade it down flat, and then I'll be able to start doing my other solar panels there. So I can get more power to run the air conditioner because I'm running the AC. I guess it would help if I would put myself right here in the camera. All right. Then I can take off my lapel mic. All right. I'm going to take off this wireless mic. It does sound really bad, but it's just good enough to do a temporary 5-second audio like I was doing with it. But I'm surprised how rough it does sound. So yeah, I'm going to be doing more landscaping. Here's another thing. The neighbors are selling their house. They bought some big property. They love the neighborhood, but they need more property because they have lots of toys, boats, and sea-doos and all that fun stuff. So he wants to build a shop. So he bought a property either with a shop or he's going to build one. And that's why I'm stepping it up a notch, because I told him when you're ready to sell your house, I'm going to clean up my act and make the front yard look like it used to. Literally, my front yard used to be one of those yards that would get yard of the month. And now, well, it looks like somebody gardens in their front yard and doesn't really care about the way their front yard looks, which is true. Hey, Jared, what's happening? Did you just get here? Hey there, good buddy. Love and hugs from Bree. Looking good. Hope you're doing well. Yeah, I had started a fast. Okay, so I started this thing called Fast for Freedom in support of Grey Wolf's walk to get more people to kind of... So if you can't go out there and walk with him, there's something you can do. Part of prepping is your health, and fasting is good for you and your DNA repairs and everything. So if you can't get out there and walk with Grey Wolf, which most people can't because he's out in the middle of the desert right now, I felt, what can I do to help support him besides restreaming him? Is fasting for freedom. Okay, so I started this fasting for freedom, and I started it 2 weeks ago. I just haven't talked about it. I just wanted to see if I could do it. And I did 41 hours 2 weeks ago. And then this week, I did 28 hours. But I went into that 48-hour fast prepping for it better than I did this one. So I checked my blood sugar, and let's see. I took a picture of it, and I'll show you. Last night, it was 72. Okay, I know that's not really low, but I didn't want to go to sleep and then have something weird happen. And I didn't know if it would stay at 72 or climb or what was going on. But so yeah, I broke my fast once I checked my blood sugar. And it was one of those things. I live by myself, so if my sugar got really low and I started acting funny, you know how weird things happen.
But yeah, so I broke my fast at 28 hours, which is kind of lame. But again, I'm going to go into my next real fast. My goal is to try to do at least once or two a week, and I'll just do it as I can go. It's in support of, it's the Freedom Fast, and it also is to draw attention to what Grey Wolf's doing too. So fasting's good for you. Fasting's also good for prepping. So if there's no food in the in the grocery store, you can get your mindset prepared and figure out, are you addicted to food or do you need food? So when I tested my blood sugar, I was willing to go all through the 48 hours because I would still be in my fast right now until like 8 o'clock tonight. But I don't think my blood sugar would have been, I don't think I would have had the energy that I have right now. And I could test my sugar on stream. Maybe we could do that. Yeah. I'm going to wash my hands again. I'm going to check my sugar just to see what it is right now. And yeah, I'll be right back. Yeah, let's do that. So you're probably wondering why. Let's see. Not everybody has the ability to check their blood sugar. Why would I even have that? Well, I was having some metabolic issues about 6 months ago, so I just bought everything. I bought a blood pressure, blood sugar. Let's see, moving cam. I'm going to move that up here real quick. And we're going to show. So yeah, I got all these things. And that's also another good thing to prep, is to have a glucose meter. That's the wrong camera I got up there. I guess I could use that. We don't want moving camera. We want the WYSIWYG camera. And we're going to do this. Right about like that right now. So I'm going to show you checking my blood sugar. All right, the calling line's not open, but let's take a call. So let's see what happens here. Go ahead. Hello?
Hello.
How's it going?
Hi, this is Amy with American Senior Citizens Care. How are you doing today?
I'm doing pretty good.
Okay. This call is about a new state-regulated final expense insurance plan which covers 100% of your burial, funeral, or cremation expenses. It is specifically designed for the people on fixed income or Social Security. Would you like to learn more about it?
Yes, please.
To qualify you for the plan, are you between the age of 40 and 80?
I'm old enough, yeah.
I can bring my product specialist on the line, and he can give you more information about it, okay?
That'd be great. So yeah, we're going to have a little fun with this call, this spam call real quick, and then I'm going to check my blood sugar. So this is the brand I've decided to use. It's called Matrix or Metrics. And it also hooks up to my phone. So you can kind of keep track of your test results. I used to do it 2 or 3 times a day back when I was seeing what spiked my sugar and what didn't. And you'd be surprised, pasta would spike my sugar more than hot chocolate and ice cream. And the goal is to not spike your sugar. So that's the whole point. So let Freedom Rings put in the link in the chat too. It looks like Natasha Maeve's music collection. Yeah, she's on fire. She's got some amazing music out there. If you're not subscribed to Natasha Maeve, what are you waiting for? I explained it to her. Her music and message is kind of like an ear puzzle. Every one of her songs is like a piece of the puzzle that you need to put together to wake people up. So did they drop off there? Yeah, it looks like the spam call dropped off. Oh well. We're going to pull up a little poker face in the background here. All right, so now we're going to check the blood sugar. So you want to have clean hands. Technically, I've been touching stuff. This is not the way you want to do it. But so all you do is you load your little strip here in here. And I'm guessing my sugar is going to be fairly high because when I broke my fast last night, I ate like crazy. I ate like a pig. And then I had mangoes and I had pineapple, frozen mangoes and pineapple. And then I had this little treat dessert that I made with peanut butter and chocolate cacao and vanilla extract. But I didn't have honey. But I'm predicting my sugar. Let's see, in the chat, what do you think my sugar is going to be? Everybody in the chat, what do you think my blood sugar is going to be? And normal blood sugar kind of hovers around 105 for me sometimes. So, all right, so you want to prick yourself like this. Boom. Yeah, that hurts. And then I take the first blood and I squirt it out like that. And then you just want to do a little something like that, and it draws it right up in there, and boom. So now we'll see live. I'm saying 114 or 105, somewhere in that range. Okay, 90. All right, so it's a little lower, which is good. You want to keep it under 100. So that's a good level. Just look up fasting blood sugar, and technically I've been fasting since midnight last night, but I was eating like a pig. So we're at 90, and what I like to do is take a picture of that. Even though it stores it in the database, I like to have the reference on the pictures. I can always delete them. So that's my fasting blood sugar after eating like a pig. So I ate a lot last night at midnight. So it's been however many hours, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, about 17 hours since I've had anything to eat. So it's not bad. It's not the best. I mean, it's a little lower than what I expected, I guess, which is good, right? All right. So is my mic level a little low? Yep, it's low since I took that call. Let's pull that back up a little bit. Pull that up here a little bit more. Testing the mic. So yeah, that's another thing in your preps. Get you a blood pressure, get you a glucose meter. If you think you could be having any metabolic issues, check those things and see if they're low or high. It's not going to hurt anything. And a lot of people don't want to know. I don't want to know what it is. Okay, then, but you'll go to a doctor and pay, and they're going to do the same thing. They're going to check your blood if you got any kind of issues. So just do it yourself, and it empowers you because then you have the equipment. I'm plugging in this other phone here. You'll have the equipment to test yourself and the right tools, and you'll sleep better knowing, okay, this is my sugar going into a fast. If you're going to start doing the fasting for freedom, like I'm talking about. Oh, here's another scam about these meters. If you get the brand that Walmart sells, which I don't recommend, even though the strips are cheaper, these strips are like 17 cents each, and the other strips are cheaper, the test strips, but it's not as accurate, and you get what you pay for. So Walmart sells their own house brand. This brand you can get at CVS and places like that. And Walmart sells the strips now to this brand. They're like 17 bucks for 30 strips. So something like that. Somewhere in that ballpark. 17 or 9, I can't remember. But yeah, get you a glucose meter and check your sugar. Huh, my camera just popped over. That's great. Let's fix her up here. Yeah, and that's just one more thing you're in control of. Like, what is your blood sugar? And even if you don't feel like you're pre-diabetic or anything like that, Just check it, see what it is. You want to keep it under 100 in a perfect world. So Jared Allen says, wife says 187. Come on, that would be diabetic. Like, I hadn't eaten in like 17 hours, Jared. So Stephanie says 100. That's closer than Jared's wife. Man, y'all are trying to kill me off with diabetes here. Glad to hear your blood sugar is good. Yeah, it was a little low because I was into a 28-hour fast. It was 72 last night. That's why I broke my fast. But when I did the last fast, which was a week ago, I didn't feel that great that next morning, and I kind of had to power through it. And it was probably because I had low blood sugar. There, Mark. So it's 71's not dangerous, and it's technically it's not low if you've been into a fast. Like I was in a 27-hour when I checked it, so it took me about an hour to get the food ready. So I was into a 27-hour fast, and my sugar was down to 72. And again, these meters are not perfectly accurate. You can get you can get some testing fluid to see if they're in the range. So you know, it could be 10 points off, up or down. But you can tell when you start getting low blood sugar. Like last night, I kind of felt like I needed to take a nap, and I felt kind of low energy. So, but yeah, I kind of ate like a pig. When I broke my fast, I did it the wrong way. I had 3 eggs, soy-free eggs, 1 potato, 1 sweet potato, air fried, with some cheese. It was goat cheese and grass-fed cheese. And then I had, after that, I had like a bowl of frozen fruit. It was mangoes and pineapple. It wasn't that much. And then I made that little dessert thing, which was peanut butter. Wasn't that much. Peanut butter with cacao powder mixed with vanilla extract. So, but yeah, I broke my fast like I had never eaten before. And I was really kind of disappointed in myself. So I was like, okay, you know, if I'm going to break my fast, I'm just going to eat like a pig. Yeah, so I went into my fast wrong. I went into my fast, I had carved up before I went into my fast, which it was backwards. I should have had more fats and proteins. But it's just all a learning experience. And I plan on doing it every week, even if it's a 24-hour fast. I'm probably just going to do 24 hours right now. Fasting for freedom is what I'm calling it. And it gives you the freedom to not have to be controlled by food so much. And it also lets you know how good your body is when it comes to your blood sugar, how stable your blood sugar is. So it's a good thing to do. It's I would recommend everybody try it. Jared Allen, 8 or no? 8, not R. I don't know what you're saying there. All right. Let's see. Hey, Grey Wolf, how you been? Yeah, so I think Grey Wolf's walk is over today. Yeah, so Les says that she fasts because it's healthy. Yeah, it is. It's very good for you to not. You got things that happen in your body when you're fasting that can't normally happen when your body's constantly having to process food. You got spiked blood sugar, all those things. So your DNA technically starts repairing when you fast. All kinds of cool stuff happens. Let's see here. So yeah, fasting's good for you. Yeah, I'm calling it the Freedom Fast. Fasting for freedom. I was going to do 5-hour fast for freedom because most people couldn't go 5 hours without eating. But that would have been trolling people. So no, I just called it the Freedom Fast. Fasting for freedom. Yeah. And I started that a couple weeks ago. I just hadn't announced it. I wanted to see if I could do it the first week before I kind of started talking about it. And it was in support of Grey Wolf's walk. But I just started telling people today about it. So that's what I've been doing. And I actually told Grey Wolf's channel about it just in the chat. I didn't say anything. You know, I didn't come on his panel. So that's what I can do for. My dad jumped in. He's KCA TV. He says, "Hey son, your fat dad here." Yeah, well, I'm doing my best to be able to still ride my bike every day. And that's another thing I want to do this week is I got to take a bike ride. It's been a few days since I've been on the bike. I've been too busy. So yeah, I'm this fasting for freedom is going to kind of cut into my bike riding a little bit, but I want to do a fast every Monday and every Friday. But Fridays are technically my days off for the most part, even though I still have a little work to do. I don't know if I'll be able to start my fast with a bike ride. So I'm going to probably regroup on that and maybe just fast once a week, because I wanted it to be a 48-hour fast, but I can see that my blood sugar gets a little bit wonky towards the end of the fast, or even midway. 72 is just a little bit too low for me. That's just the way I feel. And yeah. So has anybody in the chat besides Liz done any fasting here recently? And it also, if you're having brain fog, you know, fasting can really fix a lot of things. But I would not suggest fasting if you have any blood sugar issues without consulting your doctor, of course, because this is not medical information. I'm not a doctor. Oh, so, okay, Jared Allen says, I meant my wife was kidding about your sugar level being 187. I don't think I've ever seen my level 87. There was one time I ate something that spiked my sugar, and this was back when I was really not focusing on doing the right thing, and I think my sugar was like 156, something like that. So I immediately got up and started walking and did a workout to pull it back down. But that's kind of when I was in my pre-diabetic stage of, you know, really being insulin resistant and all that fun stuff. So yeah, I don't think I've ever seen my sugar above 150 something. I'd have to go back and look at my logs, but I don't think so. But yeah, get you one of those glucose meters and start fasting once a week. Check your sugar. And when you go into your fast, don't do what I did. Go in with grass-fed beef, steak, eggs, those things. You can have carbs, you know, but make sure the carbs are sweet potato. Is kind of what I would recommend, because sweet potato is better for you for the most part than a potato. But then you just got to watch how you're going into your fast. Don't do what I did, and I had too many carbs. So Ty Guy says, love the RGB lights. Yeah, I keep adding more and more lights. Here, let's do this. Let's do this. Can we put this behind everybody? Let's move this one here. We're going to get rid of the yard for a second. And we're going to move that down here. We're going to close that. And then we're going to move this back up here. And we're going to do a little something like this. For some reason. There we go. Nope, that's still not what I wanted. Anyway, you get the picture there. Yeah, I'll do this really big screen real quick for Ty Guy. So yeah, I got this. Let me go get my glass of water, so I'll show you what happens here. So I even have the glass of water where it lights up the water when I set it on this thing that I rigged up the other day. So now the water is glowing red. Are we having fun yet with RGB? And then I have RGB under here. And then I have a fan blowing this. And there's RGB behind that. And then there's RGB behind me around the mirror. You just can't see it, but it's there. So yeah, happy colors. Alright, so let's move our, yeah, Ty Guy says never too much RGB. Yeah. So like I said, I got the roper going. I'm going to go out there and air up the tires later. I'm probably going to eat something. I hate to even break my fast today because I'm already into a 17-hour fast. But I'm not going to fast every day, right? So I'm going to probably eat something and then air up the tires on the roper, put it in the garage, and then regroup. I might do a panel later tonight once I get my work done. So I'd like to talk to people about health and wellness and what's going on with the freedom fighting stuff. And what, I don't know if you were watching Tommy Temper earlier, but I've been lurking him all day when I was getting things set up. He did an interview with Santa talking about the stuff at the convoy that people had a problem with. And it was a pretty good interview. So other than the audio quality and then his phone overheating that one time. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to jump out of the stream here slowly here. We're going to play some Poker Face and then maybe some a song by Natasha Maeve. So let me pull up Natasha's stuff here. And we'll have a Poker Face and a Natasha song. So we're going to do Natasha. I'm going to put her in the chat. Maeve. I guess it would help if I would search for that on YouTube instead of Google. Because, yeah, I need to get my work done now that I got the roper going. Oh, looks like there's some Ryan Hall y'all stuff going on. Alright, so Natasha Maeve, first collection. Oh, she's got something new. Maybe that's what what's going on there. First collection. 21 minutes. I wonder if it's everything all together. Yeah, that's a song. Let's scan through it real quick.
Freedom from under our noses.
Yep. So she looks like she put everything together. Cool.
To even stand a chance.
Yeah. All right, cool. I thought I missed a new song release. I was going to be a little torqued there. All right, so we're going to do a Natasha Maeve song, and then we'll do a Poker Face, and then we'll be ending the stream. So which one do we want to play by Natasha Maeve right now? Let's see. I love all of them, but a lot of people are brainwashed by the media. So we're going to play Mind Control Through Media. That's what we're going to play right now.
The world's a stage, mind control through media. Get your perspective on the news webpage. 2 months ago, I saw them care about Afghanistan. They asked, so could you be there for 20 years and abandon them? Now people there will sell their daughters just to get food. They'll trade their kidney too. Who really knows, though, do you? I don't doubt it, though, because I know that there's a famine. So ask yourself, you claim you care, now you don't, who's really abandoning? Now you're experts on the Russian invasion of Ukraine. Remember when everybody here was talking about Hussein, yeah? Don't you realize they're taking you hostage and giving you a new brain? When's the last time you actually thought for yourself? Allowing so-called experts to dictate what you do with your health, when their priorities obviously to increase their own wealth. I've always known that people here were sleeping, now I know they're blind. Propaganda's obvious, not self, we're running at a time. They possess you, they oppress you. Now I'm the voice who will address you. They immunosuppress you. Those with the jab, they might cardiac arrest you. They possess you, they oppress you. Now I'm the voice who will address you. They immunosuppress you. Those with the jab, they might cardiac arrest you. They'll say it's not true. They call us skeptics. Will you be skeptical too? If you knew about half the shit that we do, just a little itsy bitsy iffy. Reading about the declassified Operation Information when it hit me. Washy wishy, y'all must be dizzy. This is Megalodon fishy. And before this song is labeled as a hate crime, listen listen to the top chart rappers. Now tell me, are they trying to wake minds? Every time I press play, they're trying to take mine. Murder, guns, drugs, money, everything but a straight line. Create more state crime. These rappers are paid private prison recruiters, becoming millionaires to shape your kids into shooters. So don't you dare call me a terrorist when I know where the terror is. True though, Trudeau. They possess you, they oppress you. Now I'm the voice who will address you. They immunosuppressed you. Those with the jab, they might cardiac arrest you. They possessed you, they oppressed you. Now I'm the voice who will address you. They immunosuppressed you. Those with the jab, they might cardiac arrest you. They'll say it's not true. What about the annual Angels from Hell peace meeting? Gangs can run wild in this country, but truckers get a police beating? What exactly about what I'm saying is misleading? Runaway violence, gun running, human trafficking, drug dealing. I'll risk my life to stop the bleeding. How many years is an informant go undercover just to get a warrant? State of Emergencies Act, a tyrannical government got to skip all that. Smashing windows, breaking into theft too. But if you wear a shirt that supports anyone, they won't get you. Frozen bank accounts of freedom protesters and supporters. But you don't do anything to stop Canada's drug importers at the borders? Coots, come on. The opioid epidemic killed far more than any simulated pandemic ever did. If you think this government cares about you or your health or your safety, I'm here to tell you that they never did. Trust in the artificial leaders, I will never give. I will never give. I will never give. Cause they possess you. They oppress you. Now I'm the voice who will address you. They immunosuppress you. Those with the jab, they might cardiac arrest you. They possess you. They oppress you. Now I'm the voice who will address you. They immunosuppress you. Those with the jab, they might cardiac arrest you. They'll say it's not true. They're gonna say it's not true, but I would never lie to you. They're gonna say it's not true, but I would never lie to you. I would never lie to you. They're gonna say it's not true, but I would never lie to you. I would never lie to you. They're gonna say it's not true, but I'd never lie to you.
That's Natasha Maeve. The link is in the chat. Now we're going to play some Poker Face, and we're going to be easing out of the stream. And Jared said, am I coming back later tonight? My intentions are to stream later tonight. It'll probably just be a panel, but I see that a lot of people like being on panels if I have the time, but I have a lot of work I need to do tonight. So we'll see if that actually happens. Test, test, 1, 2. Mic sure is low. I think since I took that call, my mic is low. That's all right. So now we're going to do some Poker Face, and we're going to be easing out of the stream, and I'll see y'all later tonight.
Let it breathe. Let me lead you, Jordan. Let it happen. Let it be.
Computer. Next.
Anybody tell you what's going on? Did anybody show you where you have gone wrong? See the towers burning in the sky, they are your signs. Did you do it for the money? What price for your soul? And I just want to know what side you're fighting for. Come to the light, shine on, feel God's glory. Did you see the leaves falling from the trees up on the ground? How do you live with yourself and the conscience you own? Look at your reflection in the mirror. Do you like what you see? In the darkest hour, do you know who you can count on now? 'Cause I just want to know
That's Poker Face. So I got the link in the chat. We'll catch y'all later, and don't forget.
And wash your hands after touching any raw meat.
Chemtrails.
Adios, mofo.